The reviews I read, you know, people were calling it dark and edgy and introspective. I think it gave her time to think and just kind of figure out who she was and where she was going musically, where she wanted to have people follow her next.
It was very dark, but I feel it was appropriate, because what album can you make after you've gone through one of the darkest times in your life? Their situation provided source material for Rated R.
She's poking fun, she's being a little bit sensual, she's really picking up on, you know, the current wave that blows in sexuality, which is to expand your sexuality.
It's given her a voice to be able to sing those kind of songs. And maybe she always wanted to be dark anyway, but now I got a reason to be dark.
I did it backward so that I can read it to myself, and it says, never a failure, always a lesson.
Now she's older and she wants to show that she's a young woman, but she has matured.
Sometimes when female singers sing about being heartbroken, a lot of times they take the path of like, oh, I can't believe that this person broke my heart, and you know why. You know, like that Toni Braxton, Unbreaking My Heart, and you know, the Mary J. Blige, Not Gonna Cry, and that kind of thing. They're like trying to find the strength to pull them through. But Rihanna was like, oh yeah, you know, I got something for you. This was like a Tina Turner kind of attitude type of record.
She rarely plays the victim, rarely. And she plays her victim a little bit differently. While other girls plays the victim of, okay, you know, I'm crying at home, I'm so sad. She's the girl that called her homegirls and they got a gun and they wrote on you.
Rihanna was even more determined now to show off her tough side. She didn't want to be known as a victim. Instead, she spun the adversity into her favor by making songs that dealt with issues affecting women. She collaborated with Kanye West on another song, All of the Lights. The theme hit close to home for Rihanna. It told the story of a conflicted man dealing with domestic abuse and longing to be in his daughter's life.
It was pretty evident that it had shaken her and that it changed her dramatically as a person and as an artist.
I think a lot of people probably appreciated the fact that despite what she had gone through, that she said, you know what, I'm not gonna go away and sulk, I'm gonna stand up, dust myself off and keep moving.
She went through something painful, she bounced back beautifully, and I take my hat off to her. I think she's here to stay.
Rated R served as a healing therapy for Rihanna. It showcased her pain and power as a woman. As the months went on, Rihanna slowly worked her way back into the public eye. She was seen on the nightclub circuit and began dating Los Angeles Dodgers star outfielder Matt Kemp.
Rihanna has always been a little bit more reserved and doesn't really talk about her personal life. She rarely talks about who she's dating or who she's dated in the past or about her past history.
Rihanna was back in full swing, and by early 2010, she returned to the Grammy Awards. She received her second Grammy for the song Run This Town, another collaboration with her mentor Jay-Z and producer Kanye West.
Every time we get back in the studio, it's for a different reason, you know. The first time, we just wanted to get back in there, put a second album out as soon as possible. The third time, we just felt like it was right. We just felt like it was perfect timing, and it felt natural and good, and we came up with great music, so we didn't rush anything.
It's like every song Rihanna puts out is like top 10. From working on radio, when you call for requests, Rihanna's in the top 3. I mean, up there in the top 3 is Katy Perry, Rihanna, Lady Gaga. I mean, Rihanna is up there.
Rihanna is making really good, solid pop music right now. She still has that Caribbean element to her music, but she's become a pop icon.
I had to be pretty bold, pretty fearless, sexy sometimes, but it's all about just getting to it and doing it, becoming really rebellious. I became really rebellious and just doing it the way I wanted to. I didn't really care about the input. I just wanted to do me.
Keeping her tireless schedule moving, Rihanna worked on yet another studio album, Loud. And again, her style had changed. It was a very different Rihanna musically. The theme of her tracks were more bold and sexual. She sang about lovers, sadomasochism, and poked fun at the media on the song S&M, which raised eyebrows with her controversial music video.
She just released a song called S&M, and in the song, mainly in the video even, like you see all these images. She's mad at the media, so you have people in the video who are portrayed as journalists or so, and so she's having like a sex S&M exchange with them. She has the reporters bound and gagged. To me, it felt a lot of negative energy being expressed towards the reporters.
Loud obviously was her return. It was kind of her return to just being a pop artist, you know, 100%. She's having fun, she's being flirty, she's being really suggestive on songs like S&M, which, you know, turned out to be a huge hit for her.
I wanted people to see my growth as an artist and what I'm about in my artistry. And, you know, we took a lot of risks with this video in terms of some of the visuals, you know, but that's what I wanted. Bad girls take risks, so I wanted to show the world that this is who I am now. This is me. I just want to be free and be rebellious and do things that make people's jaws drop.
I love S&M. I'm in there, I'm singing the hook. I think it's just a great song. For me, I just took it with a grain of salt. It was, you know, it's parody, it was this, it was that, and you can't take yourself too seriously with that. And I think she was just having some fun.
This has been a way for her to express herself and explore more of herself and her surroundings and let people know that, hey, I'm Rihanna and I'm not the same person that I was before this whole thing in 2009. I'm more of a worldly woman. I've been through some tough things in life and survived, and this is who I am now.
Rihanna is reclaiming her power, and she's showing that she can toy with the idea of pain.
Rihanna continued the controversy with another personal song, Man Down. The track was an homage to Bob Marley's I Shot the Sheriff. Man Down was written by one of Rihanna's favorite groups, fellow Caribbean music artists, R City. The video was shot in Jamaica and depicted Rihanna shooting a man after he'd raped her the night before. The Parent-Teacher Council was in an uproar over the violent nature of the video.
She's got a song out right now called Man Down, which, you know, is about domestic violence, and in the video, she shoots the guy who abuses her. Now, that's something she never would have recorded, you know, 3 or 4 years ago.
What you see now is who she really is. You know, we all play that role when we're new into an establishment or you come into a job, you're a good person, hard worker, but once you kind of get situated, you're like, oh shit, man, it's whatever now. I'm here. And Lord forbid you get a promotion, then all of a sudden you think your shit don't stink.
You're hearing more about her and who she is and how she feels and her outlook on different things.
It took time, like anybody. You know, we all get more comfortable with ourselves the older we get. So I feel like it took her, you know, getting some life experiences, and unfortunately she had a huge life experience that played out in front of all of our eyes, but I think that really fueled her to be, you know, who she is now, and I think that's always been her. I think before, it was very subtle, but I don't think she cares to be subtle anymore, because she doesn't have to be, because she's this huge artist now.
Her music has become more personal ever since 2009, and a lot of it reflects what she's going through in her personal life.
After years of seeing Rihanna, the teeny-bopping pop queen, moving up the charts, she was now all grown up and letting it all hang out for the world to see.
There was a recent article with Rihanna in Rolling Stone magazine where she was defending the S&M song. She said that's her preference when she's in a relationship, and I mean, it adds excitement in the bedroom for her, so I mean, who's anyone to judge?
She's just very assertive, she's very aggressive, even if it's sexual or just as a person, as a lover.
I just kind of feel like that's more of her dark age, her dark side. Rihanna said that every girl has to be a bad girl in bed, so I think that's just kind of like her sexy side. Men like bondage, it's like a fetish. I don't particularly like the whole bondage thing, but hey, it sells, sex sells, like that's what it is.
If Rihanna chooses to engage in BDSM, that which happened to her when she was with Chris Brown is never going to happen in BDSM because every action is controlled, and she knows that.
I love being daring. I love trying new stuff.
I think Rihanna now has the ability, based on where she's at financially and based on where she's at career-wise, to just be herself.
Rihanna has done much with her brilliant career. She may have been scarred and battered by a few, but she has also been embraced and loved by many. She came from humble beginnings and garnered riches. Even at her young age, she's made a comeback. She is adored by fans and has become the rebellious voice of young women around the globe.
I've definitely grown up a lot. Everything that I experienced, I take it in as a learning experience to help me grow, to help build upon me as a person, as a performer, as an artist. So I love it. I've grown a lot. I've experienced a lot. I've been traveling all over the world. and performing for fans all over the globe. So it's great.
And look within, that's the way you're living.